Hello gamers and welcome to my State of Decay honest review. I only found about this game about 3 days ago when I've read some news that the game has sold about 250k units, becoming the second fastest Xbox Live Arcade game right behind Minecraft. So the second fastest selling. So that says something about the game. So I said, okay. I might look into this game, and I did, and I don't regret it. Over the past 2 days, I have only been thinking about State of Decay and the E3 conference. It's right now is 12 June 2013. So I've been playing about at least 11 hours, and I still haven't finished it. I'm still not sure how it ends, or if it ends. So, let's have a look at State of Decay. State of Decay is a game with zombies. Yeah, you are bored of zombies, right? Well, this game does things a bit different. It's not The Walking Dead, it's not Left 4 Dead, and not even DayZ. This game focuses more on survival, stealth, evasion, but check this out. You will also create your own base, manage your survivors community, gather resources and fight with zombies. The reason why I let the fighting with zombies at the end is not that it's not really the purpose of the game. You don't really want to fight with the zombies. All you want to do is pick the resources you need, reinforce your defenses at the base, get medicine, food and survive. This is an open world zombie survivor game with RPG elements. The game starts with you in the role of Marcus, a store clerk who just finished his vacation. You follow the story and you end up at the church, which has turned into a base where there are other survivors. Each survivor has his own traits, and which makes their skills better or worse. Skill can be leveled up simply by doing that. So if you want to improve your cardio skill, you have to run. If you want to improve your shooting skill, you have to use your gun. As I said, there are even skills who are worse, like I had a survivor who was an alcoholic, and that means his stamina was recovering lower. So you have your notepad where you will basically manage everything. There you will have your assets. You can see fame, the population that is currently at your base, how many beds you have, the number of stockpiles and how much you consume per day. You also have the home tab where you can see rooms in your base. You can change the rooms to different facilities like dojo that helps your survivors to be better at melee, a kitchen that will allow you to cook food, a medical lab that will allow you to get more vitality for your survivors, but also allow them to recover faster from injuries. So you take one character and you go out. You scavenge stuff and try to avoid zombies. Getting overwhelmed by zombies can be pretty easily. Scavenging takes at most 9 seconds depending on your wit skills. You can speed the scavenging, however you risk of making a noise which will flood the area with zombies. This way you will be able to find a new weapon, ammunition, medicine and food. There are about 90 weapons in the game, melee weapons and guns. Each gun has its own stats, and one of the most important one is how loud the gun is. You can also craft suppressors for your guns, but since those suppressors are homemade, they are limited. You can only use them for something like 10 shots or something like that. The stuff you find can be brought home and placed in the supply locker. The more valuable the stuff you bring, the more influence you will gain. In a way, influence is the currency of the game. If you want to take stuff from the supply locker, it will cost you some influence. Now get this. Sometimes you will find boxes of medicine, food or construction stuff, or even ammunition. You can load those into your rucksack, or you can break the boxes into separate items. If you load them into your rucksack your rucksack spot will be full, of course. So the next time you find a box or something, you won't have room for it. You can, however, use the radio to call out scavengers at the cost of 10 influence. One of your survivors from the camp will actually go out on the field and come to pick that up. Depending on his skills, he can be overwhelmed by the zombies and you will actually get a mission to save him. And these are the things, missions actually don't feel like missions. The base doesn't feel like your base, it feels like the survivor's base and you are there to survive. You control a survivor, scavenge stuff, do some missions, and then when the character gets tired you continue with another survivor, rising his skills, doing some missions. Now there is a story. There are some plots you can follow, however the story plots are so well combined with the random mission plots, as I've said, that they blend together very well. I really feel that I'm a survivor at this camp and we are all trying to survive. You will get radio calls from your operator sending you to help other survivors. You will gain trust with those survivors and at some point, if you have room, you can invite those survivors to actually join your camp. Several times I also had to go up to a tower and spot stuff, and this wasn't automatic, you know, like in Far Cry 3, you go up to the tower, you see some cinematic and that's it. I actually had to stay there and move around the tower and spot the stuff. You really add a lot into, you know, my experience. However, you are not invincible. Unfortunately I don't have any recording with this because I changed my Xbox cable to go from the capture card to my monitor, but the first survivor I lost was Ed. I believe it's the guy with the head that you start early on, and I saw a Juggernaut. A Juggernaut is like a super big zombie that looks like me but even more fatter, and I thought, okay, let's take him out. And of course that was a bad idea. Our skills weren't that leveled up and we tried to fight it, and the thing is that the stamina ran out. Yes, stamina is like a super important thing. If you don't have stamina, you won't be able to shoot or to attack, and you won't be able to run. You can use snacks in order to recover the stamina, but if you don't have them, you're in trouble. At the same time, when your health reaches 0, you can, of course, use some pills in order to recover. Again, if you don't have them, you're in trouble. The problem is that if your health will reach 0, you will have a couple of seconds to actually continue to press A, but which will basically allow you to recover. However, if you're under constant attack, that won't work. And my Ed was in constant attack, and the big fat thing simply ripped him apart. And I lost Ed. The game automatically saves. You can't reload, and it's permanent. But I wasn't really that mad. I was more mad when I lost Marcus, which is the main character. And he was the guy that I've leveled up the most because I played the most with him. And it was also stupid. I was driving the car. Yes, you can drive cars in this game. And also another thing, everything makes a sound. When you run, you make a sound. When you shoot a weapon, you make a sound. When you drive a car, you make a sound. And the faster you go, the car will make more sound. You can actually see it on the map, or like a circle. Anyway, I was playing with Marcus, and I wanted to go to, you know, like a village nearby, and I said, okay, let's, in order to make the move shorter, I decided to take you into from the fields, you know, trees. I went to the fields, and it was night, and I fell down into a pit. The car got stopped, but before falling down, I actually alerted a zombie horde, and I tried to get out. They came, they caught me, and I couldn't basically do anything. I couldn't even run because they kind of got me into a corner, and I lost Marcus. And at that point, I've exited the game. I tried to reload because I didn't want to lose Marcus. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to start over again. But then I said, okay, let's move forward. It was so stupid. And the third time, you sometimes get missions to kill special zombies, and I went to that mission when one of my other survivors were there. When you don't control a survivor, they roam around, they do their stuff. You have a guy that's at the watchtower shooting zombies in case they approach your base. And I meet with this guy. We go up there, and the zombie was a huge juggernaut again. So I shoot at him. I go to the car. The car was actually burning already, because when they receive too much damage from passing over the zombies, they will start burning up. And we were fighting. They were actually kind of getting in trouble because of the noise. I was shooting my gun. More zombies started to come out, and my character that I controlled survived barely. But the guy actually died from the car explosion. Yeah. And I also lost, I wrote this review, and right now before recording I also played a bit. I lost a fourth character. I had a character that was an alcoholic, and I basically didn't play with her at all. And she simply got overwhelmed. I was hitting with the axe, you know, like, yeah, kind of, I'm trying to help her, and bam, she died. Okay, that's not a big deal. She was the alcoholic character anyway. So, as you can see, I'm not sure if you realize what happened now, but I think it took me like 4 minutes to tell you 3 stories or 4 stories. This game created stories, and that's something. It means something when the game creates a story, something that you can tell to someone like, hey dude, look what happened. I was playing State of Decay and I lost my character doing that, and you tell him the story, which is super important. Now, let's see what else I wrote here. Now, I wrote here that I'm 10 hours into the game, and I'm kind of waiting for the story to unfold. I don't have what else to do in a way. I'm still getting kill those zombies mission, like kill feral zombies, which are, you know, special zombies. And that's kind of about it. And I'm doing super well. Like I can go scavenge, I can go clear up some infestation, even that I haven't seen infestation in the past hours. And I kind of don't have a reason to do that, because my morale is out. I have stockpiles of everything. It's not a challenge anymore in a way. So I'm still waiting a bit for the story to unfold. This is like a problem right now. I'm still not bored. I still want to play it. But there is like a small flaw. I'm not sure if they are going to fix it to a patch. I wrote some news that they are working on a patch, but it was before I was familiar myself with the game, so I decided not to read the patch notes. So I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10. Wow, right? But yeah, the game is good. Like, I've already played the game for 12 hours, and I haven't finished it yet. And only at about now, I felt a bit of a drag. Again, as I've said, I'm waiting for the story mission to come. But early on, I was like, oh shit, let's go. Shit, zombies. Puck. You go there, you try to scavenge something. You want to kind of push that button that goes the scavenging, that makes the scavenging faster, but at the same time you kind of, should I do it? Maybe I will make a noise and more zombies will come, which really created something special. The developers also announced that there will be a PC version, but not soon. So yeah, hopefully, maybe with the PC version we are going to have a co-op or something. I'm not sure. Is there a co-op? What's in the menu? Continue, new game, leaderboards, achievements, and quit game. I don't remember like a co-op even on Xbox. So I'm not sure. Yeah, probably not. But maybe they will add, since I think I've also read the news lately, because in the meantime they sold more copies, and there are almost 500,000 copies sold, which is huge for an indie developer. And I believe that the company was made by the founder of ArenaNet, the guys that make Guild Wars, and he was also a developer, like lead programmer on StarCraft or World of Warcraft and something like that. So the guy is experienced. And now with the money that they got, I do expect like a super version PC version anyway, which is making me really excited. But I do recommend, if you have an Xbox, go on Xbox Live Arcade. The price is 1600 MS points, which kind of makes it a bit more expensive, but it's worth it. For me, it was a nice experience. And yes, the game has like several problems, like I saw some zombies going through a door or stuff like that. It doesn't matter that much. It still was a pretty awesome experience. I do recommend you to try the game. And please tell me what are your opinions about the game, and also about this review. I'm still having problems with the reviews because I put too much thought into them, and it's making me feel that a review I should be serious. Like when I'm doing first looks, I'm kind of more myself. I'm more myself right now because I'm talking freely, but the problem is that since I'm not native English speaking, sometimes it's harder for me to find the right words, and I'm doing a lot of mistakes. So this is why I usually write things down first, but when I read out of them, I don't want to seem that I'm reading, you know, like blah, 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 blah. So I had to integrate what I wrote into me talking freely. So I wrote about 3 pages, and it's kind of sad to write that much. It feels like a chore. Anyway, please go to gamerpet.com/forum and tell me your opinions about the game. And if you don't want to register, just write in the comments below. This is really a game that after I was about 8 hours in, I was like, yeah, this was a pretty nice game to run a let's play. But now it's a bit too late. I don't want to start a new game to run a let's play because I need to move on. But this was a game that let's play would have been pretty nice. So thank you guys for watching this review. See you in my next review. Goodbye.